and welcome to our culture magazine on I-24 News, where we bring you the best from the world of entertainment and art. Today on our show, a new book translates glamorous outfits to recipes. A look at the state of black models in Israel. And a new musical project brings together artists from all along the Nile. But let's begin with our cultural headlines. The Tel Aviv Fashion Week is going strong. After a somewhat disappointing opening show from the Mizoni brand, local designers took the stage. Dorit Bar-Or, who recently changed her brand's name to Dodo, displayed a collection full of biblical influences, ethnic patterns, metallic tones, and leather. The show included full-length dresses with triangle-shaped studded stones, mosaic prints, and lavish furs. Other designers on display yesterday included Sasson Kedem, Ronen Chen, and the late Daniela Lehavi. A new study about the representation of women in major film roles paints a grim picture. Even though 3 tentpole films in 2013 were led by women, Gravity, Frozen, and The Hunger Games Catching Fire, according to research by the Center for the Study of Women in Television and Film at San Diego State University, women are still shortchanged by Hollywood. In 2013, women had less than a third of all speaking roles in the year's 100 top-grossing films in the US, and only 15% of the films had women in leading roles. Furthermore, these figures haven't changed since the center made its first study in 2002, and in fact haven't significantly changed since the 1940s, when women's speaking roles accounted for about 25% of all acting roles. The center's director said, "We think of Hollywood as a very progressive place, but when you look at the numbers and the representation of women on screen, that's absolutely not the case." Musician Neil Young is adding tech entrepreneur to his rich resume and turning to Kickstarter to fund a new music player. Young first introduced the player called Pono in 2012 and promised it would deliver the highest fidelity sound possible. Along with the player, Pono will launch an iTunes-like online music service that will offer high-quality recordings and digital-to-analog conversion technology that claims to present songs as they first sound during studio recording sessions. The Kickstarter campaign will launch on March 15th, and the Pono player will cost $399. Personally, I don't see this affecting Apple's stock prices anytime soon. Last year, Titi Ainau, an Israeli of Ethiopian origin, was chosen as Miss Israel. Her selection raised hopes that the beauty of dark-skinned women will be more recognized by the Israeli public and the Israeli fashion world. Flo Sitruk has this report on how people are trying to make Israelis realize that black is beautiful.
מועמדת מספר 18, טיטי.
A year ago, Israel picked an African-born beauty queen for the first time. Titi Ainau came from Ethiopia to Israel when she was 12 years old. After her coronation, Ainau was chosen as the face of the popular Israeli fashion brand Golf. For stylist Maya Krenner, it's a sign that attitudes towards black beauty in Israel are changing.
Israel is a lot more open, I've seen, than they used to be. I mean, the fact that there is a black Miss Israel is amazing, and the fact that there is a lot more black models and agencies are looking for black models because Israelis are more open to it. It's something very new here, not like in the States or around the world. It's something that's very fresh, new, and they want it here. They're hungry for it.
When she arrived in Israel at the age of 4, Tzipi Hadis did not recognize herself in ads that always starred white girls. However, she was not discouraged and eventually realized her dream of becoming a successful model. She even launched her own agency.
I revolutionized the world of fashion in Israel. In my agency, you will find all colors, origins, not like the other agencies where there are only blonde with blue eyes. A few years ago, no one wanted black models, and now demand for models that look like me is up. Look at Tinor, she works a lot. And there is also this tall giraffe. She's really in demand.
But none of these models were selected to be part of the Fashion Week in Tel Aviv. Blondes continue to be the norm on the catwalk. And except Titi and Taunia, the winner of the Israel version of Big Brother, black models rarely make first page of magazines.
We don't prefer the white models. It's not something you could say about Time Out. We did have a refugee production a couple of months ago, but still, you know, it's something that we have to work on.
At the end of the day, blonde and blue eyes sells, and people think money. I don't necessarily agree with that, but they want to sell.
To fight against these persisting stereotypes, Ioannis Azanav launched a campaign to promote the talents of models with darker skin tones.
It is said in Israel that we are a melting pot, a mix of people from many origins. But when we watch TV, we only see white people. It is not at all representative of our society. My campaign is not just talking about Ethiopians, but also Indian, Yemeni, Egyptian. It's time that people of color are represented in the world of entertainment and in Israeli society.
Black is beautiful. The message has still not been received in Israel, much like countries throughout Europe.
Osnat Sobah, aka Silhouette, is a fashion entrepreneur with great passion for both couture and food. Now she combines the two in a new book called Israel Fashion Designers and Chefs Inspiration, which presents an innovative concept. I'm very happy to welcome her to our studio. Thank you for coming in.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about this concept, because it is new, and explain it to me.
Okay, we took dresses from fashion designers, and we took a picture in a restaurant of Jaffa, Tel Aviv.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we went to the chefs, and they translated the dresses to dishes and recipes, of course.
I see. And how was the process? How did it happen?
First, we took the pictures of the dresses, and after that, we thought how we can showing the dress in the dish by colors and maybe a little texture, but mostly the colors, and to see the image, the silhouette of the dress.
I see. And this popped an idea in the chef's mind, and he would go make the dish
Together. Because they are not coming for fashion, and you know, for them sometimes the red or purple for them, it's not my red and my purple.
I see. And how did you match the two? Because you know, obviously it doesn't always work, and there's a lot of designers, a lot of chefs. Did you let them choose, or did you pick which?
I pick, of course.
And based on what?
It doesn't matter what dress. If we're working together and think how to process this, we found a way after.
I see. And you added another layer of interpretation. You made some accessories.
Yes, I continue this with the fashion accessories that you have the dress, the dish, and the accessories. Oh.
That were made of even in some cases, from what I've seen, made of food.
Yes.
The accessories. Wow, that's interesting. But this, you know, food and cooking is a very hot trend. You're not the only one who made this connection.
Of course.
Who else? I mean, I know that Karl Lagerfeld had a.
He just did his fashion show. He did in a supermarket, and all over the world now, with the food has become a big issue. And fashion designers, they like to pick the big trend,
mm-hmm.
and.
They were happy to jump on board.
Of course.
All right. It's a beautiful project, and as we said earlier, the Israeli Fashion Week is currently happening. Any chance that we'll see some food on the runway there, you think?
Not yet.
Not yet, but hopefully in the future. Wish. Osnat Sobah, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
In just a minute, we'll hear about a new musical project by musicians from countries along the Nile River. But first, a few cultural highlights from around the world.
It's
it's time for a celebration in Jerusalem, and every good party needs music. The Jerusalem Symphony Orchestra offers a special concert dedicated to classical French music. Led by conductor Frédéric Chazlin, the program is entirely French. Young pianist Anna Slovenin-Sinkovec will be accompanied by soprano Keren Hadar in playing Gounod, Bizet, and Saint-Saëns. Experience French music at the Theatre of Jerusalem, March 12th. The Pilobulus Dance Theatre is making its way to Sadler's Well Dance House in London with its Shadowland show. Exploring a fusion of creative styles, the show uses a mix of shadow theatre, dance, circus, and multiple moving screens. Created in collaboration with the lead writer of the popular animated series SpongeBob SquarePants, Stephen Banks, the story is a surreal experience of a young girl's sensational world as she comes of age. A universal tale that is both dramatic and comic. You can check out Shadowland at the Peacock Theatre until March 30th. The Musée d'Orsay presents Van Gogh through a new lens. 45 paintings by the famous painter will be displayed alongside texts by poet, illustrator, and theater director Antonin Artaud. The exhibition will include a selection of Van Gogh's drawings and letters, together with Artaud's graphic work. In 1947, Artaud conducted an analysis of Van Gogh and ended up presenting Van Gogh as a misunderstood genius who was driven to suicide by the society around him. Vincent van Gogh, Antonin Artaud, is on view until July 6th.
I'm joined now in the studio by Daniel Campos, our world music expert. Thanks, Daniel, for coming in. And you have a very interesting project to tell us about today.
Hello, Odette. Thank you for having me again. Absolutely. Well, we have the Nile Project. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Sensational, fabulous project, cultural collaboration, exchange musicians from the Nile Basin, from countries where the Nile goes through. Well, we know the Nile plays a very important role in Africa and also in the Middle East. Stability is very important for all of us. And all these countries, have a lot of tension. There are different treaties over the water and everything. And so these musicians believe that through cultural exchange and music, we can pretty much relax.
Build a better world, maybe.
Absolutely, establish better relationships and better understanding. We have some incredible musicians on it, such as Dina El Wedidi. From Egypt. She's a major superstar now. She's actually mentored by Gilberto Gil from Brazil, who is the former Minister of Culture of Brazil, a great musician who's also into environmental issues. And this is also an environmental project, we can say. We also have the voice of Al-Sarraj from Sudan. Maybe we can have a listen. She's also an upcoming star.
Let's check it out.
Voice of Al-Sarraj. She's from Sudan. We also have Selamish Zemane from Ethiopia. Again, musicians from 11 countries.
I'm going to guess that they're on the Nile.
You got it. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's also something very interesting is the way they pay tribute to Nubian culture. We can say the Nubian people from southern Egypt and also from Sudan have a very important connection to the Nile. The Nile is their homeland. And they've suffered also. For example, when Egypt built the dam of Aswan, the Nubians were removed from their home. And well, the Aswan Project, that's the name of the album, actually, by the Nile Project. I highly recommend it. It's incredible. Like again, I said, many of the treaties over water are outdated. They were signed in 1929. Then they were sort of renegotiated in 1959. But still, there's a lot of instability. And these cultural projects are something that can inspire other countries as well to go ahead, even us in Israel with the Dead Sea.
Yeah, I agree. No, this is because, even, not to mention the relations between the countries, even within these countries, there are different tribes, there are different people who for many of them, the Nile is the source of life, the source of, they work, they fish, pretty much everything. And it does run through all of these countries and connects them. What about the musical styles?
What you can expect in the music. Again, we have songs in Amharic, we have songs in Arabic, different styles of music. Some songs are sort of like a fusion. This project was actually founded by an ethnomusicologist from Egypt. Her name is Mina Gergis, and also Meklit Hadero from Ethiopia, a US-based Ethiopian musician. And the fusion, the mixtures, some songs respect the traditional sound. It's highly recommended. Again, it's a real journey through the Nile River.
It's a beautiful idea, and from what we heard, it sounds wonderful. Daniel,
the other incredible thing is that the women here are playing such an important role in this musical project.
Right.
Again, and we're talking about women who are coming from developing countries.
Yeah, it's uncommon in the region.
You see Dina El-Wadidi and Al-Sarach, the way they're the ones leading this, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Thank you, Odette.
Thank you for joining us as well. I hope you enjoyed our show. You can find our previous shows on our website, i24news.tv. We're also on Facebook and on Twitter. You can reach out to us through those websites. We'll be here tomorrow as well, of course, and I hope you'll choose to join us again. Bye-bye.